I'd like to welcome you back. This is Doug Payne again with the helmet cam, this time from the Fair Hill CCI 2-star 2012. Got a horse here called Crown Talisman, and I own him along with Larry and Amelia Ross, and it's a 9-year-old Holsteiner Thoroughbred cross, and this will be his second 2-star. Had a very good start to the weekend. He had a 41.7, I think, putting him in third place after dressage, and we're heading out onto cross country here. I was actually the 72nd horse out on course. So with the rain that we had the Friday before, the course started to get a bit cut up, so we'll certainly pay attention to that as we're heading around the course. There's a few spots where just kind of dodging back and forth, see if you can get some clean ground to get a good gallop on. First couple fences here, like I said, just trying to stay to one edge or the other of the galloping lane, and probably even if you listen hard, you'll hear my stirrup clicking on the stakes, the roping stakes there, on a couple of these tighter turns. First couple fences here, just looking to get a nice open gallop established, and Tally's a very, very brave horse, which is a huge benefit because he actually had an injury at Millbrook. He had effectively like a heel grab, but it grabbed a little bit higher up on his pastern. So this is actually his first cross-country run since. Millbrook would have been in, what's that, I guess early August. So he's had a number of gallops coming up, and I wanted to get him, ideally he did the Jersey Fresh 2-star in the spring. And I wanted him just a touch fitter if I could have gotten him there, and I think we probably were on par. I'm not sure I got him actually more fit than we had there. This is the first tricky complex in this course. It's a sunken road. I'm trying to swing wide here, and you'll see straight ahead another angled brush. Got quite a steep downslope, and then just an angled back into the brush. He's very, very good with angles, so this course suited him very well. We saw a lot of them. It's a hanging log that we're doing a little rollback to. I just was very, very conscious not to let him fall in. That's a great, very, very easy place to end up hanging in the right front leg, and there's a drop on the landing, so there's very, very little room for error if he did have a mistake there. First influential combination, roll top here and right through the water. This is nice to a skinny. It was actually really great of Derek to put that in the course because it allows horses to get their feet wet first without actually having a massive drop into water. So I think that's actually pretty kind of him. As you can see here, actually, I tell you what, it doesn't look as bad as it felt, but it's quite deep and quite cut up, and especially on these turns. So I was trying to hang on to the inside of this galloping lane as close as I possibly could to make it just a bit easier for Tally to cover the ground and not use up too much energy. I got another sort of fly fence here, and then probably one of the more difficult combinations coming up in the main arena here. This is the one I was concerned most about. It was 2 4-stride lines here. You've got a skinny to a corner to a skinny. 4 strides all were set just a little bit going, and so I think it was all in the setup. If you got a good shot at the first, everything just came through as a gymnastic, and luckily for us here, got just what we need to hear. Got a good shot in. 2, 3, 4. We got a good shot there, and then again the 4 out actually got a little bit easy.
Boy.
So at this point in the course, we're a few minutes in, and I was feeling pretty good. As far as the clock, I was down on the clock here as I don't know, it's probably about 15 seconds late at this point, and I was trying my best to move up. You want to be real careful with a horse like this, and at a facility like Fair Hill, that the hills are deceiving here, and they take quite a bit out of the horses, and of course with the ground as soft and as cut up as it was, it doesn't make that any easier. So I think in your efforts to make up time, got to be just a little bit careful where you push them and where you sort of let them find their own pace, because it would be pretty easy to use up all the gas in the tank and not have anything left for the last minute or two. Now this also is a very steep angled line. The first brush here really hid the second one, and I probably got in a hair quick. And so as far as the strategy there, the moment you jump in, he overjumps, and that one stride was set a little tight. I'm just trying to shift my shoulders back and let my weight do most of the adjustment for him. It's one of those spots, if you get too much in your hand, they tend to invert and get a little bit long in their stride. You probably get up underneath the second one. There's a handful of runouts there, and I would think for the most part those are probably due to the line coming in. And we're moving along here quite a bit. I think we're actually picking up some time. Got a good shot at this open ox here. Wrap around Gonna sort of swing right to the right of, there's a coffin to your right here that was on the 3-star course, and you can see it's really cut up in this section of the course. So just see if we could cut across the cut up part and then stay on the high side of this galloping lane. And next one here again was a big effort. It's a sunken road, so it's a jump, 1 stride, drop down into the road, and then a bounce on the way out. And this, he kind of slipped and lost his hind end through that turn, but just kept kicking up to the first one there. 1 stride across and bounced out with ease. The nice thing also there is that the bounce set it up that you could sort of do a little quick turn in the air, and then you can see I was inside of where most people went there, which gave us a little bit better ground heading down to this water complex. This water was actually on the 3-star course last year, and I tell you what, I was most terrified of this. Big jump in, and you got 2, 3, 4, 5 strides, and then you got 2 strides on a real sharp angle. And like I said, he's very, very good with the angle, so he really did that with ease. And there, I just give him a big pat, and now the struggle is everybody's had the same idea, try and get into clean ground, and as you can see, there's really no good place to go. Big table shot here, there. Now I'm going to probably swing up to the right here, see if I can stay on the high side. Like I said, we had a boatload of rain on the Friday leading up to this, so we had great weather for this day of cross country, but the ground was still pretty saturated. And heading up here, we've got a pretty good sized ditch and wall, and again, I was going to hang off to the right and then figure, well, let's squeeze back to the middle there just a bit for the jump, and then the same thing, then we'll go back out to the right. It looked a little bit cleaner here. Check the watch, I'm still a little bit down, and I'm thinking, well, this is really not great. I'd rather be up in front. We had a chance here actually to take the lead, but see what we can do here. Again, just kind of stay off to the right. Next combination coming up here was a roll top and sort of 9 or so strides around to a corner, and the placement of the corner made it difficult. The land was falling away to your left, which tends to pull the horses to the left, especially on a right turn. Makes that tricky. So we got a real good jump in, and just try and steady him here a bit. As you can see, it pulls him a little to the left, but he's dead honest. I mean, it's just an excellent horse. Very happy for Larry and Amelia Ross, who has been with me for quite a while here and been with Tally along the way. It's great to see him perform as well as he did here. I think this is Fair Hill is really as a true test. I think it's probably about the hardest 2-star that I've ever seen, and I think it gives a very clear indication of where these horses are going to end up in the future. Last water complex here, got another slipped on his hind end. Lots of leg here. It was a strong 1 stride out, so I wanted to get a good shot at the bank. We got that.
Good boy.
A jump, and then we landed, and he landed and just kind of fell into a heap. And I was a little back on the clock and see what we can make up here. We only got 2 more fences left, but you know, we were running out of gas here quick, and gonna again stay to the inside here. Got a little ramp or roll top, or whatever you want to call this. Again, lands a little bit tired, and now we got actually 2 more, so that was the 3rd to last. 2 more, you can see there's a one with a roof up in the distance there, and that's our last fence. Got a good shot at the 2nd to last. I'm thinking, oh, we're in great shape. Last thing you want to do is just make sure you stay on your feet over the last jump. Saw a little bit of a goer and said, no, I should wait up for that. You can see he kind of made contact a little with the last there, but jumped through really well, ears pricked. I can tell you I couldn't be happier with him. We were just a bit slow. We had 7.6 or 7.2 time penalties coming off the course, but as brave as he was, and especially considering the limited amount of conditioning and then runs that we had leading up to this competition, it was just
deep
amazing.
out there.
Hop off the air vest. You see our CWD saddle there. And we got Jess and Michelle, and then the vets are right on him. And for those not familiar, as soon as you head off the course like this, the vets are going to get their pulse temperature and respiration and get sort of a baseline of where they are. You can see we're just pulling the bridle off and stick the halter back on. So as soon as they got that, then we head on to the vet box here, as it's called, and instantly right away we'll get water on them and get them start to cool down. And the great thing is that these horses are in such great shape that within about 10 minutes or so they're back to their resting pulse temperature, respiration, and they're really in great shape. I just do a real quick once over, check his legs out here, and all looks in great shape. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions whatsoever regarding training, competition, or sales, click on over to dpequestrian.com, and we'll see you again.